we're going to get into that right now. Let's get into it. She's calling in right now. All right, my next guest at this time is a pop R&B singer-songwriter courtesy of Federal District Records. Very happy to have her on the show, Miss Jillian, a.k.a. Julz. She's with me right now. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for calling in. Truly appreciate it.
And thank you for having me.
So, I've been a fan of yours for quite some time, ever since I started interviewing a fellow labor mate of yours by the name of Venomous. Federal District Records, that's your label, that's you're part of. You're the pop singer representing. And we definitely gonna get into the label in a matter of moments. But didn't you just did a show with Fat Joe the other day?
Yeah, I just opened for him last night.
How was that like?
Oh, that it was amazing. People came out, showed a lot of love. Really good turnout. Really, it was a really good experience.
Man, Fat Joe, a legend in hip hop, who had one of the biggest records of last year all the way up with Women Ma who got some issues with a certain individual, but we ain't gonna get into all that. But man, so you were opening for Fat Joe. Were there any, butterflies kicking in, knowing that you are opening for a well-established artist as Joe?
Definitely, yeah. I always get nervous before a show, but I did get really nervous earlier in the day yesterday, just thinking about it. But once I get on stage, that all leaves. You know, music is my life. So once I stand up there and I start doing what I do, it just feels amazing to just be there. All the butterflies, all the nerves, everything just leaves.
So, so how did you become a recording artist? How did it all start off for you?
Well, I would always write and sing like growing up. Never actually took it seriously or thought about making it a career choice. I usually just, at that time did it as a hobby. And then I started having people reach out to me on social media. And I met someone who believed in me and pushed me. He, at that time, was a very good friend of mine. And I actually got in the studio for the first time. And I recorded my first single, A Mother Sacrifice. And then after that, I just decided to make my first EP, and then, Federal District reached out to me, and it just, was like a ripple effect.
That's awesome. So Federal District is becoming one of my favorite independent labels of 2017 already. Again, I first heard of you through you ladies are in the same label together. So how has it been being part of Federal District Records so far?
It's been great. It's like a family. Obviously, business, comes first, but we all have each other's back. We all promote each other. We're really tight knit. So that's really been helpful, especially a lot of us on the label don't have huge support systems personally. Federal has definitely become our backbone. And not to mention they really helped, structure us as artists. I know on my behalf anyway, they have helped me a lot, just really think about what I wanted to do and help execute that.
So anyone who wants to listen to your music, as of right now, you are on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Jillian underscore music mine. That's spelled MUZIC mine. They can listen to
That's
all your songs.
that's actually Music Mind is my Twitter, but I have everything under Julz, JULZ
Hmm.
underscore Federal. You can find me everywhere on that too. Music Mind or Julz underscore Federal.
So, as far as you musically, you got any new music in the works as of right now?
Oh, definitely. I just finished up a few tracks. We're releasing my single "Beautiful Liar" on the West Coast because it has a more of like a pop summer vibe. So we're gonna hit the West Coast first with that, and then I have another track coming out. It's called "Runaway." That's more of a pop feel. That'll be released on the East Coast, um, as well as everywhere else because it's more of a, those songs that just have a certain vibe for a certain season. And I'm just like that. That's what "Beautiful Liar" is. So "Runaway" is more of a basic feel, and then I also have another song coming out with Joey Bass. He's one of the CEOs of Federal District.
So everybody be on the lookout for all the new music that she has in the works as of right now. Who do you consider as the bigger musical influences for you?
Definitely Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, um, Mary J. Blige, um, all like 90s. You know what I mean? Like that's the era I grew up in, 80s and 90s. So the first soundtrack I ever owned was a cassette tape of Whitney Houston's Bodyguard. So she definitely was one of my main and primary influences.
So for you, like, how would you best describe the support from your fans that do listen to your music, that do read your social media posts? Um, Definitely, it's definitely important to get the support when you're an independent artist. Um, trying to get yourself heard. How would you best describe the support you've been getting?
I've definitely had, a lot of my day one supporters the next day. Sharing my posts, listening to my music, coming out to shows. Everybody's showing a lot of support.
So, what do you consider as the biggest highlight of your music career so far? It could be a show that you did, a song that you have done. What do you consider the biggest highlight of your career?
Two things. Last night's show was one of the biggest I've done. Like, opening for a celebrity, that was definitely big for me. So I definitely have to say that was a highlight of my music career so far. And this upcoming release of this song, "Beautiful Liar," it just this is going to be a big, big track for me. It, like I said, has a pop vibe, but it's really catchy, radio ready. Like, it's an amazing song. So I'm definitely hyped for that. That's making that song, writing that song, recording it, and people's reactions when they first listen to it. That's a highlight in itself.
So, do you have any upcoming shows that you want people to check out? Any upcoming shows in the works as of right now?
I just had two this week, and I'm working on two more. They're both in Allentown, Pennsylvania, because I live right by the Lehigh Valley here. So as soon as I get more info, you guys can, I can keep you posted if you just go on my Facebook page, Jillian Julz, ULV, and I'll keep you posted on there. I post everything.
So, if you can give anyone advice as it pertains to those who want to become a recording artist, what would your advice be?
Um, be prepared to make sacrifices and maintain tunnel vision of what you want, know what you want, because there's definitely going to be obstacles and situations that will make you question, whether you want to do it or not, or make you question your abilities, or you just have to stay confident and focused. Really, that's it. Just tunnel vision on what you want, and just go for it. And like I said, you just be prepared for sacrifices because you're definitely going to have to make them, whether it's financial, time spent with loved ones, sleep. You give up a lot.
Definitely the word that stands out is sacrifice, and
Mm.
some people are willing to go there, and some people are a little hesitant, a little scared, as to whether they want to go through that route or not. But in order to get to where you want in life, whether it's being a doctor or a lawyer or a recording artist, you gotta take chances, and
Okay.
it comes with the territory. If you succeed, that's great. If you don't, there's other opportunities. But in order to,
Right.
Michael Jordan always had this saying: he rather fail at trying rather than fail for not trying. And he went on to being one of the greatest basketball player of all time. And he had to sacrifice everyone, athletes, entertainers, musicians, happens. And is it going to be difficult? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, you want to get to where you want, you got to take chances.
Right. I used to be one of those people who was scared of failure, so I didn't want to go for it. You know, you waste a lot of time, thinking about what could be, and, instead of just doing it and trying. So why waste time? Just go for it.
Very, very true. So if you can have a dream collaboration, it could be with any artist or even anyone through your label at the moment, mainstream, whatever the case may be, dead or alive, what would that dream collaboration be? Yes.
Ooh. Um. Well, everybody loves Michael Jackson, so dead Michael Jackson for sure. Alive, honestly, Justin Timberlake. I love his music. I love his voice. I think he's really talented.
Man, MJ and JT. I mean,
Mhm.
Michael Jackson, he died on my birthday, and that was probably the most difficult birthday in my life because
It
we
took me a
all
second.
because we all grew up watching him from the Jackson 5 to him being a artist, and he just gives you hit after hit after hit. I mean, Thriller will go down as one of the greatest albums of all time. Um,
Agreed.
and a lot of people have been influenced by him, and it's not just pop music; it's all music. He gets sampled, and these people trying to emulate his moves from fans to everybody. He just he was just he's a once in a lifetime type of talent. And while
Agreed. There's nobody who will ever be able to top him.
I mean,
Like no one.
all, often duplicated but never could be intimidated. Um,
Right.
so just love the got the GOAT. Rest in peace. Um, Now for Justin Timberlake, you know, as a solo artist, especially, when he gets in the studio with Timberland, something magical happens. Uh,
Agreed. Every time they work together, they
it's
make magic
just,
happen.
it's like you talk about people that are meant to collaborate. It's those two. I have Justified, and I have Future Sex Love Sounds, and every
Hmm.
now and then I listen to those albums. I even have 2020 Experience 1 and 2. I
Yeah,
mean,
that was a good album that he put out.
yeah, I mean, th- it's like, and
He
people,
just does so much. He
yeah,
dips into a lot of stuff, and I like that about him. He's like hip hop, pop, R&B. Like he does. I feel like he touches on all those genres. You know
oh,
what I mean?
yeah,
And growing up, like listening to him, like when he came out with Instinct, and like just when you watch an artist grow, and you know it's just nice, and that's kind of why I like him too, because I watched him grow. You know what I mean? Just like obviously the rest, like everybody did, but I love his work.
he is truly an entertainer for sure. I mean, this dude grew up from the Mickey Mouse Club, and and look how he has evolved throughout the years. Um,
Mhm.
he's just the dude's talented, man. People just gotta give him his props. And what I also like about JT is that he doesn't rush by putting his music out. He takes his time with it. Like I like to look at musicians as chefs. Like for a chef, you in the kitchen, You try to put together this great meal as possible. Make sure it looks good and it tastes good before you can deliver it to the public. And I'm one of those fans that could be like, what's taking him so long? Why he won't put out any music, man? But then it's like, look, you gotta be
And they come out with
patient.
this crazy track or this
Yeah,
crazy project. Yeah.
yeah. It's like, I mean, people still singing "Sexy Back" to this day. It's like unbelievable. That song is like almost 10 years old. I
I
mean,
know.
that's just yeah. Well, Jules and AKA Jillian, it was so great having you on the show this evening. Definitely let me know when those new songs come out, and then I'll be happy to play them on this particular station, this particular show as well. Cause
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I definitely like the songs you have on SoundCloud. I like the covers. I definitely enjoy it. I played one of your songs earlier. I played "Release It," and I'm gonna play "Bye Bye Baby" um,
Oh, great.
before the end of the show. And I think that song is appropriate as another show comes to an end. So, again, thank you. Shout out to Venomous. Shout out to Federal District Records. Keep doing your thing. And again, thanks for being on. Truly appreciate it.